It's time to talk about some astrology and the astrologically intuitive words of next week. I am so happy to have you here. If it is your first time, I'm Felicity Fletcher. I'm an avid reader, hopeful author, practicing witch and astrologer. I bring you weekly astrology and astrologically intuitive words of each day to help you have the best week possible. Before we get started, a very quick shout out to my mom, who is my biggest supporter, my role model, the one that reminds me that anything is possible. She is officially retired as of this past week. Congratulations, Mom. It's very well deserved. All right, let's get into it. So this video is covering the week of Sunday, November 30th through Saturday, December 6th. We're already getting into December. Let's jump into it. So starting on Sunday the 30th, we have Venus moving into Sagittarius. While Venus was in Scorpio, it was a much more intense conversation about relationships. It was very just focused and a lot, honestly. Moving into Sagittarius, Venus relaxes a little bit. It becomes less about this focused love, this love of just one person or this love of just one passion that's just very focused. It becomes more universal. We tend to have a little bit more of a blunt approach to love and emotions and relationships. They're just there. Emotions are not dug deep into our souls. We don't have to pull those out. We are just dealing with what we feel on the surface. Emotions are there. We express them. Truth is very important. This is one thing that does come over from Scorpio to Sagittarius when we're dealing with Venus. Both signs are very much, we want to know the truth. And if you are not giving us the truth, that is not a conversation we want to continue with. We also have Venus trine Neptune on Sunday. And this is a very relaxed energy. This is a day that there's going to be a lot of daydreaming, a lot of thinking about the future. This is going to be a time that we just fantasize about things that we wish could happen. This is a time that we're very creative as well. And we can sit down and actually create, or we can use that creativity to come up with some pretty good ideas of our life and what we want to do next and what direction we want to go in. We have a lot of compassion during this time, and our emotions, our feelings towards others are very tender. It's going into conversations, going into relationships with this kind of tenderness instead of this like hardcore emotion. This is a time that is very low activity. It's going to be a lot of kind of laying around, relaxing. We also really do want to beautify things. We want things to be as beautiful as possible. I do think it's important to note that when Venus is directly trine Neptune, it is while it is still in Scorpio. So it kind of, this is like the precursor. This kind of goes into the whole theme. This pulls in the themes of relaxation and fantasy and compassion into the entire time that Venus is going to be in Sagittarius. The word of the day for Sunday is empathy. I think we're going to feel a lot of emotions for other people. We're going to really understand. We're going to care. We're going to have a lot of empathy. And that's a really good thing. We also need to have empathy for ourselves. Again, this is going to be a very low energy day. So when you spend the entire day laying around, watching TV, have empathy for yourself. Monday the 1st, we have Moon moving into Taurus. When the Moon's in Taurus, it's all about being comfortable, being at peace, and the things that we need to feel that. It is a very financial energy. Taurus really does care about money, but specifically how to have the money to get the things that Taurus wants. The word of the day is substance. I think we can look at this in terms of what we are putting into our body, what we are gaining sustenance from, what substance we are gaining substance. So, tongue twister. It's okay. I think you got it. But also the things that we have, the substances in our life. What is around us? What is truly bringing us comfort, peace, and what is just stuff? On Tuesday the 2nd, we have Venus sextile Pluto. This is very intense. It brings with it a whole lot of passion, a whole lot of obsession, a whole lot of fascination with people, with relationships. When we are connecting with people while this aspect is going on, it's going to be on a very spiritual level. It's going to feel more karmic and more just everything. It feels higher. It feels higher vibrations. Some of that can be delusion, but some of that is something that we need to connect with other people on. We need to have a spiritual connection with people sometimes. So take a look at your relationships and maybe just let yourself feel. Feel that higher vibration, feel that higher level, feel that spiritual connection. We do have to be very careful because anytime we are dealing with some of these intense aspects, we do tend to lose some boundaries. We tend to lack some privacy. So we just need to kind of remember where the boundaries are, kind of try to keep the boundaries up. It's not going to be easy. So it's just kind of something that we should keep in the back of our mind to, if we do let boundaries get crossed, how fast can we put those boundaries back up? The word of the day is infatuation, because I do think we also need to be concerned about letting this obsession get a little too intense. So just be reminding ourselves that, you know what, infatuations sometimes go away pretty quickly. So if there's something that we are just obsessed with, is it really that important? On Monday the 3rd, the moon moves into Gemini. When the moon's in Gemini, we are able to communicate easier. There is a lot of focus on communication, how we communicate, who we are communicating with. We tend to be very curious, but we are also very restless. It's a lot about things moving down the line, and sometimes that's going to happen as fast as we want to. Sometimes it's not going to happen that quickly. The word of the day is going to be a little unique. It just came to me. I had to use it, and the word is copper. And for me, I just think about the usefulness of copper, how it's used to move things that we don't always understand or see. It's a conduction metal. And so just kind of thinking about that with the moon in Gemini, of how are things moving along? Are there things that are being said, that are being done, are being communicated that we don't fully understand? Moving on to Thursday the 4th, we have full moon in Gemini. This specifically is the cold moon or the long moon. A lot of times when we are looking at this outside of all the astrology, we are really looking at this moon in terms of slowing down. When it is winter, when we are looking at the seasons, winter is a time to slow down. It's a time to reflect. It's a time to see if we harvested enough. It's a time to work together to make sure that we all get through the tough winter. It is the time to reflect. We can't change what happened during harvest season. We can't change what happened in the past, but we can reflect on it to have it change the future. And specifically, full moon in December is a reminder of that. It's a reminder of the long nights. It's a reminder of the dark. It's a reminder of what we can learn in the dark. Full moon is always about illuminating what we need to see in our lives. This is a really good time to reflect a lot on our relationships. This is a time where our connections with others are going to be illuminated. Are there connections that need to be worked on? Are there connections that don't need to be there anymore? Are there connections that need to be strengthened? The full moon's going to help illuminate that. It's going to help us see that, but we have to slow down. We have to ask ourselves, what do we see? We can't jump and just automatically assume. We can't assume that a relationship is no longer working until we actually look and see if there's anything else we can do. We don't want to assume that a relationship is perfect, that we are in perfect communication with someone. Maybe there is something we are not missing that can be illuminated. We have to truly pause and ask ourselves, what do you see? We will express ourselves whether we want to or not. This full moon will not let emotions stay buried, stay hidden. This will cause conflict. There are going to be people that don't understand this. They don't understand why they can't hold their emotions in. They don't understand why everything's right there. They're angry at that. They're upset at that. Maybe they're upset at other people's emotions coming out. Maybe they're not ready to look and see what is actually going on there. We know better. We know what's coming. We know why it's coming. We may not like it, but we know. So a lot of patience going into this full moon for other people, a lot of patience with ourselves, and we need to just take the time. We need to take the time to feel the emotions. We need to take the time to look and see. And through that, what we truly desire and what we truly want is going to become illuminated. It's going to become obvious. It's going to help us move forward, and it's going to help us know our heart. I actually picked the word for the day as desires. I just get this intense feeling of us being able to get in touch with our true desires, and we're not going to be able to do anything with it quite yet, but we're going to continue that building that we've been doing. We're going to continue that self-discovery. We're going to continue to create and build better things. Friday the 5th, we have the moon in Cancer. The moon in Cancer just wants to be at home. It wants to feel that peace at home. It has a lot of deep feelings. We just want to be comfortable. We just want to feel like we are where we are supposed to be. It is a very domestic energy. That is why the word of the day for Friday is domestic. So yeah, if you end up hanging out at home, cleaning your house, just doing stuff that's really just follow what makes you feel comfortable and what makes you feel like you belong. It's okay to be domestic. We don't always have to be going on some grand adventures. However, Saturday the 6th, maybe some grand adventures might pop up then. We have Mercury trine Jupiter. Now, we just had this because Mercury was retrograde, just started moving forward. Regardless, this brings with it a lot of optimism, a lot of good news, but specifically, we're going to get some clarity. The last time that Mercury trine Jupiter, I actually want to go through my notes and look this up to confirm, was on Saturday the 22nd. So reflect back to Saturday the 22nd and what did you discover? What came up? Is there anything that was confusing? And I think we're going to get some clarity on Saturday, November 6th. This is a really good time to travel, to plan, to make deals, to be social, to get out there. And I think you're going to see some repeating themes, but I think some things are going to feel better. They're going to make more sense. And with Mercury moving direct, we've learned some lessons. We've learned some things. Now let's put it into action. This is a very progressive energy. This is an energy that is pushing us forward. This is an energy that is expecting more from us. That's why the word of the day for Saturday the 6th is progressive. Looking back on this week, I think one of the most important things that we can take out of it, and one of the biggest questions that we can ask, is what do our hearts say? What do we actually feel? What are our emotions? Where are we going with all of this? We need to listen to our heart. We need to listen to our desires. We need to look what we're infatuated with. And from there, we can build, we can grow, we can create. Okay, this is the point where if you need to pause, I recommend you go ahead and do so. I'm going to go over all the words of the day for you. I write them down in my planner. I actually write them down in my planner, and then I put a little plus or minus sign for when I think that I'm going to need to step up and work harder on a certain day. That's the plus. Or when I think that I need to just take a step back, that I need to reflect, I need to stay calm, then I put a minus. But you can do whatever works best for you. But let's go ahead and review so you at least have the words. So Sunday the 30th, the word is empathy. Monday the 1st, the word is substance. Tuesday the 2nd, the word is infatuation. Wednesday the 3rd, the word is copper. Thursday the 4th, the word is desires. Friday the 5th, the word is domestic. And Saturday the 6th, the word is progressive. And the phrase of the week is, what does our heart say? Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you want to support these videos, you want to motivate me to do more, potentially help me create something bigger from this, the easiest way you can do that is comment, like, subscribe, share. But all I really ask is that you come back next week. I'll see you then. Bye.